Did you know that over 80% of motorcycle crashes result in injury or death? Here's the scary part. Most of them could have been avoided with better riding habits. Whether you're just starting out or have a few rides under your belt, developing the right habits early can mean the difference. Too many new riders focus on looking cool rather than riding smart. But the truth is, motorcycles demand skill, awareness, and discipline. So in this video, we're breaking down 10 crucial habits that every beginner motorcyclist must develop to stay safe, confident, and in control. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to ride smarter and protect yourself on the road. Let's get into it. Number 1. Wear appropriate protective gear. Wearing the right protective gear isn't just a suggestion, it's a life-saving habit that every rider should develop from day one. If you're riding in just a t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers, you're basically putting your skin, bones, and life on the line. A DOT or ECE certified helmet is non-negotiable. It reduces the risk of fatal head injuries by nearly 37% and is the single most important piece of safety gear you can wear. But your head isn't the only thing that needs protection. A high-quality motorcycle jacket and pants with CE-rated armor for the elbows, shoulders, knees, and back can absorb impact and minimize road rash in case of a fall. Leather and reinforced textile materials provide abrasion resistance that regular clothes simply can't. Next, gloves aren't just for comfort. They protect your hands from burns, cuts, and fractures. In an accident, your instinct is to put your hands out to break your fall, and without gloves, you'll be lucky to avoid serious injuries. Riding boots with ankle support are just as crucial, preventing foot injuries and offering better grip on the pegs. Many riders make the mistake of thinking, "I'll just take it easy today," but accidents happen when you least expect them. The road is unforgiving, and your gear is your only layer of defense between you and the pavement. Number 2. Regular pre-ride inspections. Before you even twist the throttle, you need to make pre-ride inspections a part of your routine, because the last thing you want is to find out something's wrong when you're already flying down the highway. A quick check can be the difference between a smooth ride and a disaster waiting to happen. A good habit to follow is the T-clocks method, which stands for tires, controls, lights, oil, chassis, and stands. Start with the tires. Check the pressure and look for cracks, bulges, or anything stuck in the rubber. Underinflated or worn-out tires will mess with your grip and handling, which is especially dangerous in wet conditions. Next, test your throttle, clutch, and brakes to make sure they're responsive. A sticky throttle or weak brakes can put you in serious trouble when you need to react fast. Then, check your lights and signals. Headlights, brake lights, and turn signals all need to be functioning properly, because if other drivers can't see you, they can't avoid you. Now, move on to oil and fluids. Check your oil level, brake fluid, and coolant, because running low can cause overheating or brake failure, two things you never want to deal with mid-ride. After that, inspect your chassis and suspension. Look over the frame for any loose bolts, leaks, or signs of wear. Lastly, check your kickstand or center stand. It should be stable and secure, because dropping your bike in a parking lot is embarrassing, but having it fall over while parked is even worse. This entire process takes less than 5 minutes and could save you from a major mechanical failure on the road. Number 3. Master counter steering. It is the technique where, at speeds above 10 to 15 miles per hour, you actually push the handlebars in the opposite direction of where you want to go to initiate a turn. Sounds weird, right? But it's how motorcycles naturally handle at higher speeds. For example, if you want to turn left, you gently push the left handlebar forward, which momentarily leans the bike to the left and lets you carve through the turn smoothly. If you try to turn just by leaning or by steering like a bicycle, you're setting yourself up for a wide, unstable, and possibly dangerous turn. This technique becomes even more crucial in emergency situations where you need to swerve quickly to avoid obstacles. The good news: it's not hard to learn. Just practice in an empty parking lot by gradually increasing your speed and feeling how the bike responds to light counter steering inputs. Once you get comfortable with it, your cornering will be smoother, your control will improve, and you'll feel way more confident on the road. Number 4. Practice trail braking. Most new riders are taught to finish all their braking before entering a turn, but experienced motorcyclists know that braking into the corner instead of before, it gives you more control, better stability, and a safer ride. Trail braking is the technique of gradually releasing the front brake as you lean into a turn, rather than suddenly letting go of it. This keeps the front suspension compressed, increasing the front tire's grip and allowing you to adjust your speed mid-turn if necessary. Why does this matter? Because not every turn is predictable. Sometimes the curve tightens, an obstacle appears, or the road conditions change. Without trail braking, you might find yourself going too wide, running out of road, or panicking and grabbing the brakes mid-corner, which can easily cause a crash. The key to mastering trail braking is smooth, controlled input. Start by lightly applying the front brake as you begin your turn, and then slowly ease off as you lean deeper. It takes practice, but once you get the feel for it, you'll have much better control over your bike's speed and balance through corners. Number 5. Engage in continuous training. Too many motorcyclists get their license, ride for a few months, and assume they know everything they need to stay safe. But the truth is, even seasoned riders can improve their reaction times, cornering techniques, braking precision, and overall control. That's why you should make ongoing training a habit, whether it's taking an advanced riding course, attending a track day, or even just practicing emergency stops and tight turns in an empty parking lot. Every bit of extra training makes you a smarter and safer rider. Motorcycle training schools offer advanced classes that teach essential skills like emergency braking, evasive maneuvers, throttle control, and defensive riding techniques, things you rarely get to fully practice in everyday riding. Moreover, learning from professional instructors helps you break bad habits before they become dangerous. Even if you don't take formal classes, you can train yourself by watching educational videos, reading about riding techniques, and consciously applying what you learn every time you hit the road. The best riders in the world, including professional racers, never stop training. So why should you? Number 6. Maintain a safe following distance. Unlike cars, motorcycles don't have the luxury of airbags or a metal frame to absorb impact. Your body is the crumple zone. That's why riding too close to the vehicle in front of you is one of the most dangerous mistakes you can make. A good rule of thumb is to keep at least a 2 to 4 second gap between you and the vehicle ahead, depending on your speed and road conditions. This gives you enough time to react if they suddenly brake, swerve, or stop unexpectedly. But here's the catch. Just maintaining distance isn't enough. You also need to pay attention to what's happening several cars ahead. If you only focus on the bumper right in front of you, you'll have less time to react to hazards. Instead, scan the road ahead and anticipate traffic flow. If you're riding in bad weather or at night, increase your following distance even more to account for reduced visibility and traction. Also, keep in mind that cars stop much quicker than motorcycles, so tailgating is a one-way ticket to a rear-end crash. Make it a habit to always give yourself space, because the more distance you have, the more time you have to make the right move when something goes wrong. Number 7. Enhance visibility. Unlike cars, motorcycles are smaller, faster, and can easily get lost in blind spots, which is why enhancing your visibility should be a habit every rider develops. The first step, wear bright or reflective gear. While black leather jackets might look cool, they do nothing to help you stand out on the road. Consider wearing a high visibility vest, reflective strips on your helmet, or, at the very least, brightly colored riding gear to make sure drivers notice you. Another important habit is keeping your headlights on, even during the daytime. Many modern bikes come with automatic daytime running lights, but if yours doesn't, manually switching on your headlight increases your chances of being seen, especially in foggy, cloudy, or low light conditions. Lane positioning also plays a huge role in visibility. Instead of riding directly behind a car where the driver can't see you, position yourself in their side mirror view, making it clear that you're there. When changing lanes or approaching intersections, a quick flash of your high beams or a slight wiggle of your handlebars can catch a driver's eye. And don't underestimate the power of body language. If you suspect a driver hasn't noticed you, give a quick wave, a head nod, or a rev of the engine. Being visible isn't just about wearing bright colors, it's about making sure every driver on the road is aware of your presence. Number 8. Develop situational awareness. Situational awareness is the habit of constantly scanning your surroundings, predicting potential hazards, and making proactive decisions to avoid accidents before they even come close. Unlike driving a car, where you can afford to zone out for a second, riding a motorcycle demands 100% focus because one distracted driver, one unexpected pothole, or one sudden lane change can mean the difference between a safe ride and a serious crash. A great way to develop this habit is using the SEE method: search, evaluate, execute. Search for potential hazards, whether it's a distracted driver, a pedestrian stepping into the road, or debris on the pavement. Evaluate your surroundings, look at traffic flow, check for escape routes, and anticipate what other vehicles might do next. Then execute your move, whether it's adjusting your lane position, slowing down, or preparing to brake. You should also train yourself to constantly check your mirrors every few seconds and glance over your shoulder before changing lanes. But don't just focus on what's right in front of you. Look ahead, check intersections, and be aware of side streets where vehicles might pull out unexpectedly. Developing situational awareness is what separates new riders from experienced ones. Number 9. Avoid riding under the influence. Motorcycles require full concentration, quick reflexes, and precise control, and anything that impairs your judgment can turn a simple ride into a life-threatening situation. Studies show that nearly 30% of motorcycle fatalities involve alcohol-impaired riders, and even a single drink can slow your reaction time, affect your balance, and reduce your ability to make split-second decisions. But alcohol and drugs aren't the only things that can impair your riding fatigue. It is just as dangerous. Riding tired is like riding drunk. Your reflexes slow down, you lose focus, and your body doesn't react as quickly as it should. If you ever feel drowsy, dizzy, or mentally checked out, pull over, take a break, or call it a day. No destination is worth risking your life over. The safest habit you can develop is this: if you wouldn't drive a car in your current state, you definitely shouldn't be on a motorcycle. And if you're out with friends and have a drink, call a cab, use a rideshare, or find another way home. Your bike will be there tomorrow, but your life might not be if you make the wrong choice. Number 10. Adopt a defensive riding mindset. Unlike car drivers, motorcyclists don't get second chances in an accident, so you need to assume that every driver on the road doesn't see you and is capable of making a mistake at any moment. Adopting a defensive riding mindset means being proactive, anticipating dangers before they happen, and always riding in a way that gives you an escape plan. Start by always keeping a safe buffer zone. Never ride in a driver's blind spot. Stay out of the center of the lane where oil and debris collect, and give yourself enough space to react if the car in front of you slams on the brakes. One of the best defensive habits is to always ask yourself, what's my way out? If the car next to you suddenly swerves, do you have space to move? If traffic ahead suddenly stops, do you have a plan to avoid getting rear-ended? Defensive riders don't just react, they predict. Keep your head on a swivel, scan for threats, and ride as if everyone else on the road is distracted, because chances are they are. The more defensive and alert you are, the less likely you are to end up in a dangerous situation. That's all for today. If you found this video helpful, then do not forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your fellows.